Welcome back to the channel, guys, for the second time today. That's right, this is the second video we're putting out today. Well, the thing is, when there's interesting things to talk about, let's make a video. At least that's the way I think about it anyway. So we have two brand new images of Madam Hooch in her kind of 90s Muggle kind of costume here, which we're going to be discussing in these new images. In the last video that we did talking about the new Madam Hooch and her costume, a lot of you guys were confused and had questions. She's a teacher from Hogwarts. Why is she not wearing more traditional type of robes like we see in the movies? Why is she wearing kind of like a Muggle costume? So that's a big topic of debate going around, and I thought we'd have a bit of a discussion about that. But also we have an article talking about the new kind of costume designs that we've seen from the characters over the past few days in the leaks as well. Kind of looking at those tinted kind of robes that the characters were wearing. So we'll talk about that and how it may be beneficial for Warner Brothers and her Harry Potter going forward. So up first, let's dive into these Madam Hooch images. So from Wizarding World Direct, better angle of Madam Hooch's outfit for the first Quidditch lesson in the Harry Potter TV series. It looks like a 90s shell suit revisited with a wizard twist. Thoughts? Okay, so here we go. So again, what I said in the previous video, it's not my kind of cup of tea, to be honest. This kind of mustardy, brown, dark green color. It's not something that I like, not my type of fashion. But back in the 90s, this type of clothing was massive, geometric patterns on all of the kind of tracksuit designs and stuff. But again, it brings up the question, if she's a Hogwarts teacher, why is she wearing what seems to be a Muggle tracksuit? I have a theory about this. So back in the 90s, when I was a kid at school, when we were doing physical activity lessons at school, this is the kind of thing my teacher would wear. He would wear like a tracksuit, or he would wear shorts, and it would have this kind of 90s geometric pattern on it. So are they trying to kind of keep it grounded and be more in line with what UK schools and school teachers would be wearing at the time? Is that something particular? Is that something theoretically that they're trying to do here? Trying to make the Hogwarts teachers dress for physical lessons like what UK teachers would be dressing like at the time back in the 90s. Because like I said, my teacher used to dress like that whenever we used to have PE and physical activity lessons. So that's just a theory of mine. I would love to know what you guys think about that. But yeah, so a brand new picture of Madam Hooch there. We can see the black boots at the bottom as well. Got her hands in her pocket. And again, that kind of 90s geometric pattern, if I can get my words out. But a pretty cool picture. I kind of like it. And then some more close-up image. She's got her hands in her pocket, and it looks like she's whistling a song almost. The other thing we need to bear in mind as well, we don't know the context of the scene that's being filmed here. So at the moment, we're kind of questioning why she's wearing a Muggle type costume, or kind of, tracksuit. But once we actually see the context of the scene, we might kind of be like, oh, well, now it makes sense. Now it's been explained. Now it's in context. Now the suit and the costume makes sense. But at the moment, because we're not privy to the scene that's being shot, we don't know the context, we don't know what's going on, and we don't know why she's wearing it. At the moment, we're kind of puzzled and confused. But like I say, once it's in context, it may make a lot more sense. So just bear that in mind, guys. Okay, so with that anyway, those two images there. Let's dive into some of the comments here and see what people are saying. Love how we see so many nods towards the 90s already. I'm glad they finally stick to the time the books were originally set in. Really like what they're doing so far. When you have Quidditch at 5 and Oasis at 7. I like that she's up to date with her suit. In 1991, it's 1991, sorry, is when they took place, so I'm cool with that. I'm very excited for the TV series, and I love the cast, but I prefer the outfits from the movies than these ones. They look more magical. Not gonna lie, the outfit looks pretty dope. Flying lesson, not Quidditch. Yeah, some people are saying this isn't Quidditch, it's a flying lesson. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. We're kind of discussing the leaked images, and we're discussing the costumes. So whether it's a flying lesson or Quidditch, it's neither here nor there at the moment, to be honest. I guess she used to belong to Hufflepuff. Just looks like a rain jacket and trousers. I don't see much of a wizard twist. Unsure at the moment. I feel like the wizards should have their own fashions. They shouldn't be based on 90s Muggle world. Cool, I like it. It's absolutely awful. Looks like crap. It's cool. So as you can see there, from the comments, it's literally like a 50-50 or a 40-60 kind of split, where a lot of people like it, a lot of people don't. A lot of people are still confused why it's a Muggle costume and not a more wizardy kind of robe-looking costume for a teacher. So jump into the comment section and do let me know, what you think about that. Do you like the costume? Do you not like it? And would you prefer a more traditional type of wizard outfit like they have in the movies? I would love to know what you think. So like I say, do let me know in the comments, guys. Okay, so with that down, we're quickly going to move on to this article here. I'm not going to read the entire thing at length. I'll just read the parts that I think are important. I'll link it in the description so you can read the entire thing at your own leisure if you want to. Harry Potter TV show costume change is actually genius for Warner Brothers. So they're talking about the leaked images that we saw of Harry, Draco, and Neville Longbottom in the last few days with the, like I say, with the kind of the rain jackets that they're wearing. So it looks like HBO has changed the Hogwarts uniforms for its upcoming Harry Potter remake. This could actually be hugely beneficial for Warner Brothers, though previous images from the new series showed star Dominic McLaughlin, who's playing Harry, in a rather familiar set of robes. It appears that these won't necessarily be the standard for all students. Instead, they may be a wider variety. The latest wave of Harry Potter set images, 1 second. So remember, oh, it's not going to show me, no worries. Let me just keep going here. Offered a first look at the actors in costume, including Draco Malfoy, Ron Weasley, Neville Longbottom, joined by Harry Potter. This group is seen in the Hogwarts robes. Rather than the standard black of the Harry Potter movies, it appears to be burnt red. The interior of the robes, hoods, look to be plastered with a greenish plaid. So, 1 second, I think these are the images here. Yeah, so these are the images that we're talking about, just for a point of reference for those of you who may not be sure what I'm talking about. Okay, going back over to the article. So, HBO's Harry Potter changing the Hogwarts robes will be extremely profitable for Warner Brothers. While changing the traditional costumes for Harry Potter movies is a risk, it will likely be highly profitable for Warner Brothers. For decades, fans have been purchasing merchandise meant to duplicate the films. This has only increased with the opening of the Wizarding World amusement parks, where visitors can shop for their very own black school robes. Now the Harry Potter remake has officially opened the door to further profit. As HBO's TV show popularizes a new style of Hogwarts robes, as the new generation recognizes them as the real deal, a wider variety of fan merchandise is sure to become available. Collectors will need to add these new brownish red robes to their wardrobes. So yeah, it's basically saying, you know, the fact that they're bringing out additional pieces of uniform, or, you know, new uniforms entirely, it's just going to add to the profitability of this Harry Potter remake, because fans are going to want to, you know, be part of the zeitgeist. They're going to want to get the most up-to-date uniforms. When people visit the theme parks, they're going to want to wear the most up-to-date uniforms while they're there with their friends and family, enjoying, like I say, being part of the popular zeitgeist of the Harry Potter franchise. So it's going to be hugely profitable. And think about it, guys. This series is going to be one of the most expensive series ever made. So they're going to have to do everything they can to try and recuperate some of that money. So bringing out additional pieces of merchandise, focusing on the new costumes, absolutely makes sense. Think about it, right? Like, whenever they bring out a new Spider-Man film, right, they slightly alter the costume of Spider-Man. It doesn't just serve a narrative purpose within the movie itself, but also it's great for merchandising, because every new Spider-Man movie that comes out, the costume is different. Fans want the most up-to-date Spider-Man costume, so they buy the latest Hot Toys, the latest t-shirts, the latest costumes, because they want the most up-to-date costume. And the same thing applies here. People are going to want the most up-to-date Harry Potter costume. So hopefully they can recoup some of the money they spent on the series, and fans get new costumes as well to add to their wardrobe. So everybody wins across the board, and everybody's happy. But guys, let me know what you think of Madam Hooch's new costume. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And would you be up for buying one of those new Hogwarts robes, the kind of the dark reddish tint ones, once the series comes out, to add to your collection if you you know, if you already have maybe some of the Hogwarts costumes? Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for being here as always, guys, and I'd love to hear your feedback and your insights in the comments section. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say as always. You always have some fantastic insights. Thanks so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.